Welcome back. Let's see if this damn thing's gonna work this time. I've had to do a lot of pain in the ass work to make this quasi-functional. Back. I've had to basically delete all the settings of Streamlabs, replenish and fix all of them, and it might work, it might not, because Streamlabs apparently is just absolute pile of garbage. I wouldn't recommend using them. I'm only using it so I can multi-stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't be. I would just not be. It's getting to the point where, what the hell's the actual point of actually using some kind of crappy program that just is enough to make you go insane? Like, you're probably making people commit suicide from this garbage. It looks like it might be working this time. Maybe. Oh, I bloody well hope so. Because I'm telling you, nobody should go through the hell of redoing all your settings. Like, literally, I had to delete all the alert boxes, had to delete the scenes, I had to re-input them on the stream deck, I had to delete all of the settings, everything. I basically had to delete the entirety of the guts of the program and re-input them for them to slightly work. I don't know how the latency is going to work out. I just don't know. It's enough to make you crazy. That's the sad truth to it all. So, we've lost about an hour fighting this stupid garbage, so I don't know how much I am going to be able to do before I completely lose it, snap, and go on a frickin' spree. For starters, I guess I should probably move the frickin' swather out of the middle of the field. Then secondly, as you can tell, this is field 32 for anyone that has missed it. Field 32 on Neanderthal is basically the cash cow of all cash cows. It is where you will literally make a small fortune. Or in my case, I'm hoping for a large fortune. But anyways, we are actually going to do all the baling, maybe. I was hoping to get all the baling done tonight, but seeing as how we had so many issues, first of all, it all started off with Windows. Windows did an update. The registry key that was set up for it crashed. It was causing numerous errors. I managed to find it. I located it. I deleted it. And I pushed the update through again. And then rebooted my computer. That seemed to have worked. So, I think it might work. And then we rebooted Streamlabs. It didn't recognize the mic. Had to delete that input, re-inputted it. Then it worked. And then we were getting massive latency spikes. I mean, massive. It's not my internet. It is not the internet at all. Like, I'll just do another speed test here. And this is the really stupid thing. Like, not any of the readings are, like, slow. If I had slow readings, it would be... Okay, if I had 150 milliseconds, I could see little latency frames. We were losing, and basically we were down to 1 frame every 30 seconds. That is pretty freaking sad. Alright, like this one. We can't complain about these numbers again. Currently we're sitting at, well, I mean, their latency is a little high right now, but one cannot complain. It's sitting at 51 milliseconds. Download right now is 185.5 meg down. And we're sitting at 20.5 up. So, it's not the internet. I've streamed on worse internet than this. So, I guarantee it's not the internet. But, holy crap. I mean, you shouldn't have to delete the entireties of OBS and re-input everything for them to work. And then they couldn't find the digest server. So I'm doing multi-stream for all those that don't know. I'm streaming to both YouTube and I'm streaming to Twitch at the same time. And their restream is so-so. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but I mean, there's still no way they could be causing that much issues. But all of a sudden, it could no longer find the US West server. It was like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I can't find it. It's like, how? How can you just lose an entire server? Unless Streamlabs is having problems with the US West server. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. I actually switched it. So maybe that's the reason why the stream is working now and wasn't before. Maybe they're having problems with their US Digest server. I don't know. I switched it to actually a central server from the US. I mean, it's working, so I don't know. I sent them a message on support, and all they said is it's your internet connection. Good support. That's not the issue. Like, I mean, I could be classified as a moron when it comes to computer technologies, but I would have to say, apparently I'm smarter than their tech support. I'll play with my speed test again just for shits and giggles. Because, again, I know that is not the issue. Now that I think about it more, it could be they're having an issue with their digest server on the west coast. Running speed test. I mean, it's a thorough little app. Can't complain. Well, I can complain. I'm going to complain, but that's really still not the issue. Oh yeah, I was bailing, wasn't I? Well, not bailing. I was rapping is what I was doing. With my pink little, what do we call these? Gumdrops? Bubble fruit. Maybe that was it. Bubble fruit. They kind of look like a candy chewing gum. So, I don't know. Maybe we might have figured out the issue, but I mean, the whole point of playing and doing this is to be stress-free, not yell and scream at it because of the stupidity of it all. Like, it should just work. And I know Streamlabs did an update because it pushed one through when I tried to open it again. So I know their crap fucked up. I'm just hoping nobody else had the same frustrations as me, because holy crap, man. Like, I was just trying to have a beer, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to spin the top off this baby and go at it. And by the looks of things, I will, if it still holds up and it's still holding true to form, I may try to push a little bit longer stream since we've sort of missed out on the whole thing. So long as you guys are down for a little bit later stream, just to frickin' get some stuff done. I'll finish these 3 on this row and then I'll hook up to the baler and we'll just try and bale everything. Oh, I hope we don't have this problem tomorrow night with Bannerlords. I don't want to enter Bannerlords in a fight of frickin' fury. I want to be able to jump into Bannerlords and just kill things. I mean, we actually did pretty good. As a recap on Bannerlords, if you're not paying attention to that one, go check out the playlist on YouTube. Actually, you can do that with any game that I play. I have everything well organized. They're all in their playlists. So all you have to do is click the playlist and watch the content. And yeah, Like I said, everything is there, so if you want to rewatch, but I'll do a little recap for you. Bannerlords were we managed to capture two towns, and one of them happened to be Varsheg. Varsheg, for those that don't know, is actually kind of a key important point in the north. It is actually a trade capital. And what happened with it is it went into rebellious state. I declared war on them, being that I'm a sovereign nation. I can do such things. And yeah, we just openly freaking attacked, and we went in there and we got it. And there's a whole lot less chance of any revolt because, well, we did great things. Now, we did actually try and get my brother, apparently. We did get his wife. We brought her up, but apparently she is not wanting to be super friendly with everyone. So I don't know how well that one's going to work out. I mean, we took her away from being super badass in tournaments, but now I think I'm going to skip every second row here and go down. Ooh, I needed that. There's one, I must admit, today was a stressful day. First of all, we had to go in, had to deal with one contractor. Like, these guys are professionals. I say that kind of bluntly and openly. They royally screwed up what they were supposed to do. I made a point of it. I made a point of a few things. I also pointed out a few things, like, what the hell are you doing, but kind of thing. But I think in the end we got there, maybe. We potentially got there in the end. I'm not entirely sure if we did or whatnot. And I got a call out for doing another inspection. We went through it and we found, the hell was it, 73 violations? Oh, it was insane. Not going to mention any of the inspectors' names. I'm also not going to mention who it was. It's an open investigation. All I can tell you is I did an inspection. I'll leave that at that. And then it's like, okay, stress level peaking. Then, of course, this crap tonight. I just wanted a relaxing night to do some bailing. That's all. So, how's everyone else doing out there? You guys have a better day than I have? Hopefully. Hopefully you guys have. It's whirlwind. I mean, I've got a stack of like 30 or 40 frickin' open estimates, and it's like, okay, well, I've penciled in a good out of 30 estimates that are sitting up there, I've penciled in a good 80% of them, right? So I'm going around, I'm doing the phone call going, okay, we can start working on your build at this date, and most of which I can't get a hold of them. It's like they don't exist anymore. It's like, then why did I book it in? I mean, we're behind. That might be part of it. I mean, we're a good 3 weeks behind where we should be, but I'm completely stuck by weather. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go bail that edge. I'm going to have to bail it back a bit. And then, besides that, we more problems have arisen. Um, One of my packages got damaged because sometimes I have to do special orders on products and for a client and whatnot. It's just fact of life. It is what it is, right? I never get too worked up by it, but I mean, I did the order back in April, so one could say it's been kind of overdue. And May 11th is the last phone call I actually had in regards to any of it, and to it, what it was pertaining to ended up being that the package got damaged, and without saying too many details again, package got damaged. It was basically a destroyed package. The company that shipped it actually rejected the package at the dealership, saying no, we'll send it back. There's no issues. We'll just send it back and send a new one. All right, no problem. Cool. I said, yeah, do that. And didn't hear anything. Didn't hear anything. And the last week, it's like I really got to freaking take some time out of my day and actually message them back. So I messaged the company that I got it from back, and they said, oh, we apologize profusely. We never got any notification that package was never received. I went, no, we rejected it. It was sent back. I mean, I just want to know what's going on with it. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is, I need the package. If I had to reorder it and pay for it again, I would have, right? It's just the fact that I need this stuff to finish the job that I'm doing. So I'm not too concerned by the finer details, you could say, of it. I'm just going to head back doing the threes. So, it is what it is, right? I just want to know what's going on with it. That's keep me in the loop type thing. They never received it, and they never had any inkling from the provider, like the shipper, that anything went on, right? So these guys go, holy crap, right? Well, tell you what, we'll send you out another package. No extra charges, nothing like that. We'll just send it out to you. And then I said, oh, geez, that's great. I appreciate it, because you're one of the few guys I can actually get this product through. So, cool, right? It's onwards. It's going to be in my fuzzy little bit soon. They said, well, we did it with a different carrier, and it's expedient, so we're trying to ship it out to you as fast as possible. Cool. I like it. Right? Even if it was damaged on the ends, I can deal with it. Folded in half, not so much. These are kind of brittle. But anyways, yeah, then I get a message back going, oh yeah, it's not a problem. We didn't know anything either, so, if a client, especially an outstanding one such as yourself, has an issue, we definitely want to resolve the issue as fast as possible. Yeah, I get that, and I appreciate it, right? So, the last message I got from them saying, okay, well, we are going to phone the carrier, find out what's going on and all that, and the difference in pricing for what the product is with contractor discount and everything else, I was going to get a service truck, wasn't I? Damn it. Oh well, I'm not ending the stream just for that. Anyways, they gave me a discount on the product anyways, which is huge. It's actually quite a bit. They basically refunded me half of what the total cost was, which is cool. And the last thing I put on as a note was, hey, that's fantastic. I really do appreciate what you guys do and everything else. I said, but it's still, to me, it's concerning anyways. Not on their part. It's concerning to me, to the carrier, because they specifically told me one thing and they never did it. So it's concerning to me that they potentially kept the damaged product or threw it away or whatnot, and never told anyone. So, a little concerning. And I got a message right back saying, we understand, we're also going to, look into this further and whatnot. So I just left it at that, let them try to figure it out. But yeah, it is a little disconcerting because it's like, the carrier told me this and then it was never done. So, I mean, I can't say enough about my suppliers. They're fantastic to work with. They're actually, for the most part, they're an online guy, but I've had really good luck with them. Like, everything I've ever gotten from them has been in really good shape. Well, shouldn't say that. I did have one of my big flooring orders had about 4 boxes damaged. So they gave me 6 for free to replace them. They still gave me the damaged ones. They said, I don't know if you can use them or something. I went, yeah, sure, I'm pretty sure I could. I use them for cut-offs or sides or, register vents. I've used them quite a few times for register vents. It actually works out pretty freaking good. It's this one I need to go down, I believe. Yep. So, I mean, they're a good company to deal with. I really do appreciate them. And I'm actually switching over from suppliers on one guy to someone else because it's like, you know what? It's not only about the price. I'm more of a quality guy. I'd rather have quality products that I can get at a reasonable price. That way, the client gets a good product at a reasonable price. Now, I do charge for markup and whatnot. I have to. And no, it's not double dipping. I have my own margin. Even when I figure out the labor rates, I have margin. So basically, say a job that I think is pretty accurate will take like 60 hours. How I figure it out, it's like, okay, this job's going to take 60 hours. Say 100. 100 is an easy calculation. Say a job's going to take 100 hours. I will add 20%. And before people start complaining, well, why do you do that? That's rip-off and things like that. Because anytime you're doing a job that you don't know about, that you're not 100% on, an extra 20 hours leadway and whatnot makes a huge difference. I know a few spots today too that need to be rectified in my own work. I didn't tell the client. I'm just gonna fix it. I'm that kind of guy. It's like, didn't notice that before. That looks like crap. I'll just fix it. No extra charge. Well, we are, despite everything that went on, we are actually getting a bunch of baling done. I tell you, doing the square bales like this, way faster. Even if I have to spend some time later and wrap them, who cares? It's still faster. Faster than driving 20 feet and having to frickin' drop the bale. And before you start yelling at me going, oh, you're only doing every third row. It's not like you're doing the whole field in one shot. I kind of am, but... Doing every third row means I'm actually baling more of that row, because I don't have to really turn tight to get down it. You know, I've always found baling fascinating. Just how somebody came up with the concept of how balers work. I get threshing machines, like I get how a combine works. It's actually a fascinating procedure as well. And I heard there's a new John Deere combine coming out. They call it a T6 800. As close as I can tell, it basically has the components of an X9 1100, just in the almost like the S series. The fleeting and everything looks about the same, and it's kind of intriguing because I know the size of those X9s, being that I've used them, and have them in like the smaller 680 type combine. That's freaking amazing. Because I've heard they've got like 25% larger hopper. It can offload really quick. Like, it can offload 10 tons of grain in 90 seconds. Now, before everyone goes, well, that's not really impressive. That's bloody impressive, alright? So, basically, normally we run, well, it depends on the grain, mind you. Like, if you're running the difference between soybean and, say, your conventional wheat, there is a difference in weight in the bushels that you have. But say an average Super B, you run 28 tons. Okay, that's 3 combine loads. That's not freaking bad, alright? Actually, it's less than, it's literally 2.8. I mean, if you really overfill them, you can get 30 tons in them, but weight classification for most of our roads, 28 tons. It just tells you how bad our roads are, too. And typically speaking, trucks on our grid roads are, you don't want to be exceeding much more than about 60 kilometers an hour. So 35 miles an hour, I think. Is that about equivalent? I think that's about equivalent. Well, I think because this is actually streaming and it actually looks good and there's like little to zero issues with this, I'm going to pause at the end of this. Screw it, I'll do it right here. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to tweet this out finally, because things are actually working. After my rant and rave and everything else, I'm going to share this out. Okay, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it. Because I actually do get a lot of the traffic coming through Twitter or X. It depends on which way you look at it. Holy crap, that screen was there the whole time. Holy crap. Okay. I didn't want to retweet it again and again and again. I didn't want to cause that spam. And have you guys show up and realize it didn't work, right? So, I mean, it's working now. The more I think about it, the more I think along the lines that it was the digest server. It just for the multi-stream, it was set on for US West, and now I've got it on US Central, and it seems to be much better. Maybe that was the issue. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It took us 6 tries. To the point where I was bashing my head against the wall going, you're freaking... So yeah, we'll attempt to go a bit longer than tonight since we didn't get started till 9. Or there and abouts. Yeah, I apologize for that. I couldn't hit the mute fast enough. And if I hit the mute, I'd probably forget it was off. Just saying. Alright, so doing it every third row like this actually seems to be working out alright. You can see those bales are not that far away. These ones are all nicely staggered. A few more visitors coming on. Hello and welcome to Farming Sim. The night of frickin' madness. Like the title comes honestly. The madness is there. Can't believe that frickin' Streamlabs technician. Oh, it's your internet connection. Well, I just did it again and I can tell you, nope. Nope, it is not. I mean, I know there are people out there that have better internet than me. I get that. And yeah, it's... You could say, if it was my old internet, I would say, yeah, in a heartbeat, it was causing the problem. Right now, I just redid it. It's 41 milliseconds latency, which is actually high for what it normally is. Its speed is down from what it normally is, too. It's sitting at 137.5, and upload is sitting at 21.9. I can't complain about those numbers at all. I honestly, I can't. And for all those that are wondering, I'm actually on the Starlink system. And most nights, I never see my download under 100. Actually, most days I don't see it under 100. It's usually, it's low right now at 137. Must be a slow satellite. Most of the time it's 260 to 280. It's insane. And upload goes anywhere from, the lowest I see is maybe 11, 12 down, or 11, 12 up. And most of the time it's around 20 upload. And I range anywhere from 13 to 50 milliseconds latency. So anyone says, oh, well, Starlink is a pile of crap. Not for me, it isn't. Like, for me, for where we are, this has got to be some of the best internet I've ever had a chance to play with. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago that it was still on dial-up. We get into that, down that avenue. It would have been, when would that have been? 2010? No, it was 2011 was the last year we had dial-up. Then we merged into the internet side, and we bounced around with a few different ones till about 2015. And it was like, oh, it's the same as what the last guys were. It was point-to-point shooting on towers, and it was like, okay. At first, it was like, holy crap, 10 down and like 0.5 up. That's amazing, right? I've never had it so good. Yeah. Then the last guys I was with, I won't mention their names either. I don't want to be smooch mud on their name. Even though if you guys could, you could probably figure it out from where I live. Um, yeah, that was on average we were doing 30 down and 2 up for about $300 a month. And it was their technician that said, I should do the beta testing for Starlink because I heard good things. If you can get it. We were on a 1 month waiting list, and then they popped up and said, it's a go. We think we can get you in your area. And, yeah, got it. I plunked it down on the frickin' lawn outside and plugged it in and turned it on, and it worked. It was like, at that point, it was 70 down and like 5 up, and I'm going, huh. Sitting on the lawn, and of course with the app it shows all your points of misery, essentially all the red points, and it was like 40%. It had come up with a notification saying there's potential problems in your area. Would you like to contact or refresh your location or something like that? And I'm like, it's sitting on the lawn. I would say it's doing pretty good. Yeah, I've had Starlink for 4 years now. 4. It's been 3 or 4 years we've had it, and it's been amazing. And before you go, well, cable's much faster. Could be. Fiber's probably a lot faster too. We don't have such things. Where I am in Canada, the closest point to fiber optics would be about 12 kilometers away, as the crow flies. So, no. I don't know how much it would cost to run fiber line 12 kilometers, nor do I want to find out. I mean, there is even such a thing as air fiber out there. Still not in our area. There's basically 2 service providers other than Starlink in our area, and those 2 are anywhere from, they say, 30 to 50 meg down, and upload of 10 for about the same as I'm paying with Starlink. I've even had one of them phone and say, well, we have a package in your area, we can upgrade your internet. Okay. What is your download? Well, we can guarantee 50 meg down. What's your upload? Well, typically it's around 5, but it's sometimes around 10. But, what is it a month? And they tell me, and it's like, okay, that is a downgrade for what I have. Why the hell would I do that? What do you mean it's a downgrade? What do you have? I have Starlink. Click. I know there's a lot of bad connotations with it, but honestly, for me, it's been great. Knock on wood. Like, knock on wood. It's been good. I will say this though, because of our really crappy cell coverage around this area, as soon as they launch the mobile cellular stuff in our area, I'm switching. Hands down, I'm switching. Even if it's the same price, I'm switching. You know why? Because I guarantee his crap will work. Like, I'm on the network that preaches, and I mean religiously preaches, on the corner of basically any Assassin's Creed game. He is they are the most annoying freaking preachers out there, constantly berating you, saying, You need to switch to our network. I'm on your network. Oh, okay. We have the fastest 5G network across Canada. No, you don't. If you do, that's sad. One, you have to be in a city to get 5G, which I'm rarely in. And I'm not talking my closest city 30 kilometers away. I'm talking a major city. Something that has 1 million people plus. Because otherwise, you ain't getting a cell coverage like you think. Some days, and this is really sad to say, some days I can't even get 3G. Some days I'm on peasant vision mode. Which is sad because I've actually played with the 5G in the cities, and the 2G and the 3G are actually faster connections than the 5G inside the city. Just saying. It's kind of funny. Then if you travel overseas, it's like, oh, this is what cell coverage is like. It actually works. This worked out in a weird freaking way. Oh, I missed it. It was actually correct. Oh well, we'll do it like this. We'll clean it up faster. I actually made it all the way down the field doing the every third one type thing. So we'll skip over and we'll do that one, and then the far one, and then we'll start backwards. So, on the plus side, we did get it up and running after I really honestly wanted to throw something at my computer, but I know better. I honestly do. And I'm sorry I had diabolical thoughts against you. It's not your fault. Hardware-wise, it's not your fault. Software-wise, I want to kill the developers. As I'm talking at my computer right now, because it's not its fault. It doesn't know any different. It's just sitting there blinking at me going, I'm sorry, I play game now. No problem, computer. I'm sorry too. I mean, I'm hard on computer equipment, I get that, but at the same time, like my last machine, that thing lasted me 10 years of non-stop abuse. I can't complain. Actually, it's still in operation. My employee, he never had a gaming machine, and he likes to play this mobile game, and we got him set up with a emulator, and we got it working. And he runs 3 instances at the same time, using it, and it works great. I mean, like he did say, the CPU is running at 60%. The RAM is running about 80% capacity. But, I mean, the age of that machine is now 14 years old. Let that sink in. That machine I built. I personally built. And it's still running. No, I'm not saying, do I burn out hardware? Yes, I do. I don't know anybody that hasn't. I mean, it's mildly depressing when it happens. I get that. But there's not a lot you can do about it. It's like, yeah, okay. But I will say this, and this is weird. I think I mentioned this before. My findings on hard drives, I've found that if you're doing simple tasks, like you're doing, whether that's rendering, or if you're doing worksheets, or if you're doing basically run-of-the-mill everyday usage on your computer, and not playing video games, or not playing extensive whatnot, or doing really super extensive stuff with your computer, the M2 2280 hard drives are great. As soon as you go into gaming, not so much. I burn an M2 2280 out every 6 months. They're not great. So, I got the bright idea the last time one of those 22 terabyte NAS hard drives came out. I got one. These are the old style HDD humdinger of a freaking drive, right? Actually, it's not 22, it's 18. It's an 18 terabyte. Pardon me. It's an 18 terabyte. Now that I think about it. Anyways. It is a freaking beast. I've had it for 4 years and it's still running. No, not 4. 3 years. 3 years. It'll be 4 years in December. Yeah, I've had it for 3 years and it hasn't missed a beat. It actually runs very smooth. And it runs quiet. There is no skipping. There's no clunking. There's no overheating. There's performance is as good or if not better than the M2 2280s. And I don't understand why. I have no idea. I run my operating system on it, and I run my Steam library, and I run my... I actually have 2 of them, actually. I have my own little NAS that also has a Steam library backup. In case somebody decides to delete a game, I can still play it. I have my worksheets, I have my invoices, I have my statements, I have my ledger, I have my... It's 82% full. But it still works flawless. And that's why I say the M2 2280s beforehand were dying constantly. Just think, oh, I have, as my backup drive, I have a older 6 terabyte. It's kind of weird. It literally says 6 terabyte on it. It's Western Digital. Blue, actually. It's Western Digital Blue. It's 9 years old. It was one of the biggest freaking hard drives you could ever buy at that time. That I could buy in my area at that time. I should say that. Yeah, it's still working fine. Still no clicking. Still fine. Maybe they're a little bit slower than the others, like than a solid state, but they don't die. They basically just keep chugging along. And I don't know if there's any science or anything to back up what I say on this, but for some stupid reason I have a vinyl record style mindset to this, and I say that because it's like the size of the disc and the size of the memory, the passes that you put over it are very minimal and a huge freaking drive that it takes for freaking ever for it to ever start wearing down. Whereas a solid state drive, you're using the same memory chip over and over and over and over and over again, and they don't do well on heat. Actually, the worst ones I ever had were actually Samsungs. I was burning those out every 3 years for the 2.5s. And their warranty did not cover any of it. They basically said, for what I was using it for, it was not what they're designed for. And I'm going, it literally says on your website, made for gaming. That is what it's doing. Actually, I had the same problem with Logitech and their one keyboard. What are you using it for? Gaming. It's not designed for that. Okay, it says gaming on the box. okay. Meanwhile, my current keyboard is also 9 years old. I know because of the date it says on the bottom of it. It's 9 years old. It's an Asus Cerebus. It's not a fancy keyboard, but it still works. It's one of the good old fashioned mechanicals. That's why you can hear the keys clicking in behind. It's the best freaking keyboard I've had. And like I said, it's nothing fancy. It's huge. It's a huge keyboard, but it fits me really well because I have freaking huge hands. Like from base to fingertip is 9 inches. My hands are not small, but it's comfortable. Really comfortable. Now, mice I've had issues with, and I did get my Asus one fixed. I did honestly get the Asus one fixed. Remember I was having problems with the scroll? No longer any problems with the scroll. They told me, and I must admit, technical support, they were going to do the exchange and everything else. Then I had one really good technician that popped on and emailed me and said, hey, you have this mouse, right? And I went, yes. And they said, cool. I'll send you a little video of how to take that mouse apart. I went, okay. I know how to fix it. So if you're willing to try, instead of the exchange, we'll fix it, because there's no guarantees the new one won't do the same thing. I'm going, okay. Hey, I'm willing to try. I'll humor this guy, right? Hey, told me I'd take it apart, took it apart. There's a little plastic frickin' node on it. Alright? He says, it's actually a manufacturing defect, but don't tell anyone. I'm going, huh? He says, you got tweezers or needle nose pliers or something? I said, yeah, I got needle nose. He goes, good. Break that piece off. Broke it off and clicked it all back together, and it works fine. So apparently what this little piece of plastic does is it gets stuck in the wheel. So where the trigger and where the optics are for the wheel, this little tiny piece of plastic gets stuck over top of the optics, and it doesn't, like, the faster you scroll or whatnot, it actually just screws with the optics. And it doesn't understand that there's something in its way, and it thinks it's speeding across when it isn't. So, hey, I must admit, Republic of Gamers, Asus, thank you. You actually have some decent technicians. So instead of getting another mouse, like, I'm willing to bet that's one of the problems with the Corsairs now that I think about it. I went through 3 of those in about 5 weeks. It was about 5 weeks. It's kind of embarrassing, actually, but c'est la vie. We got it fixed, though. In the end, we did get the freaking thing. It has been great. My last mouse was an Asus before the Corsair. I can't remember what that one was. But that one lasted like 6-7 years, and finally the optics died on it. I mean, things do wear out, alright? Again, as a gamer, we tend to be a little bit abusive on equipment. I'm going to get to the end of this row, and I think we should go check out the honeybees, because I know that's always a problem. But yeah, no, that's all fixed up. My old Stream Deck still works. I mean, that thing's as old as the hills, too. That was one of the original frickin' Stream Decks, which is 15 buttons. It's one of the original ones that came out. So it's got to be like 10 years old. Alright, let's... Here's my pickup truck. we've got bales on both of these, so we don't have to worry about that. We are thinking about building a feedlot. We haven't decided the details on said feedlot. Oh, it's not good yet. Alright, before we go back to our lovely baling tractor, let's haul him home with the other baler. I'm still going to hold on to it for now. Probably will sell it, but we'll see. I do need a service truck. I need to add that. Freaking find one as a mod. But yeah, thankfully we did get this fixed. I do apologize for all the ranting and raving and everything, but you know, it's still one of those things that drives you insane. I do know on YouTube side, there might be a pile of subscribers and stuff show up soon. I say that because I've seen some tweets going around, and that's what happened with the traffic the last time. Is one person that likes to watch my streams once in a while. Apparently he's got a pretty good following on Twitter. Not that I've found him or her. Okay, we don't know. We don't know. They have tweeted out several times, and every time they do, I get a massive horde of traffic. They did the same thing to my Twitch stream, actually. All of a sudden, I had massive amounts of followers. Actually, I did have a few more followers. Like, I had 61, but we're down to 51 now. Well, I would imagine some people went, oh, okay, well, this isn't what we thought. Bye. And that's fine. It's totally fine. Same thing was with the subscribers on YouTube. The last time it was like had massive hordes, and all of a sudden a few left. It happens. I mean, do they watch the content afterwards? Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I still average pretty decent amount for a small channel, mind you. Well, hello, printer. I always thought with an articulating tractor that it was really friggin' weird being able to turn it with a steering wheel. I don't know why. Just kind of one of those things. Now I'm going to park this here and spend a bunch of money repairing it. And we'll quickly look at our production and stuff too. I think for the most part we're doing alright, but 1,500, 210. Oh, well, that wasn't bad. I can live with those numbers. Now, this guy, on the other hand, I'm going to have to take back pretty soon because he is getting low. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong row. It's the wrong row. There we go. Much better. And we've made a decision that Friday night, if we can, depending on the amount of frustration and pain and suffering that we may incur, we will be back on with War Thunder on Friday night. And see how that goes. Have been actually doing a few differently things. Been working on the Blue Fleet. Which is naval war. It's actually quite entertaining and fulfilling. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing them. And I'm only doing it because of the mission, but unfortunately I have to be rank 3 to do the mission. And I'm not. I'm a long ways from it. But I'm also playing quite a bit of the plain ones too, and it's a good separation is a way to put it, versus what we normally tend to play with. So, I mean, it's actually kind of fun. Like, I never thought I'd have fun doing the naval. I'm always a tank guy, but there's something with it. It took me a little bit to figure out how it worked. I actually got a few freaking ship kills now, which is kind of cool. We are actually getting close to the end here. We might actually have this bailed tonight. Picked up and done? Doubt it. Bailed? Yes. Possibilities of it bailing. And fear not for skipping and jumping out at our normal 10 o'clock quitting time, as we are actually going to push a little bit later tonight, as the fact that we didn't start till 9 due to the problems. I think we've rectified the problems now, so I'm hoping. There's a ton of bales in this field. And for all those that are wondering, this is a decent sized contract. I'll actually show you the size of the contract once we're on the row here. Excuse. It's slightly problematic. Okay. Okay. We're in the row. Contract 129,000. He is a decent contract. Production wise, barley's getting a little low. Hay silage. We actually have a bit of silage that we're working on. Oops. How much of that did I farbar? Oh, fuck. All over the map. I mean, it's way easier to bale inside the tractor. So yeah, we've got actually pretty good production going. I'm gonna need fuel pretty soon. I'm also gonna need to maintain the tractor. Can't believe I have 31 hours in this tractor. I've actually thought about also picking up another tractor. And I know it's not green, but I kind of fallen in love with it. It's only because I get to play with the real one. I actually didn't mind it. And, you get into context of, green is best, yada, yada, yada. It's a mindset. It wasn't actually. What I'm going on about is a large tractor. It's actually this. Power drive wheels set up. Does it? It does. It has the crawler track. That is the beauty. That is the love child. And yeah, it is freaking fantastic. I don't mind dual wheels. I have even thought about the dual wheels in this, but I won't. But the tracked unit of the 400 case, I like. I really do. I hate to admit it, but Like driving, I find driving on it more comfortable than John Deere. The cab is quieter, the seats are nicer. Doesn't have the power that John Deere's do. That I will be honest about. It doesn't have the power that John Deere does. Or it doesn't seem like it anyways. But creature comforts and everything else, I found it to be more comfortable. You can say that I'm a trader and everything else, but I'm just telling you what I know. I think the cases in general are also cheaper to maintain. But there's something with the John Deere's, the raw power of a John Deere. And they say, well, nothing runs like a Deere. Deeres break down too. I don't know a piece of equipment that doesn't. Sooner or later, it's gonna break down. If it has tits or tires, sooner or later you're gonna have a problem with it. No, in all honesty. That's why you have tracks. They still break down. Like I said, there's no piece of equipment on the planet that you don't have issues with. That's why I gotta maintain this friggin' tractor. We're just about down on to the end of the section here. Okay, we missed a few of the ends, but whoop-de-doo. I find going this direction on field 32, it's just way easier to pick up. You get more bang for your buck. Mind you, you also have a wider pickup with the square baler. I'm just happy that we can wrap them. Oh, we got 2 more rows and then we're heading back. In theory tonight, if I push longer, we should have all the baling done and I can haul the baler home, get the tractor and the baler fixed, and then we can haul back out here and start wrapping. And we'll just basically wrap all of them and then just truck. So next stream with Farming Sim, we should just be down to trucking. Gotta go around this bale. The other plus side too, at least we don't have the annoying beep every time we turn around. That's one thing about streaming with the round baler. So it's constant beep, beep, beep. Oh, it drives a person insane. Almost as insane as using a certain streaming company that you had to delete the entirety of its guts in order to stream. Like, I had to re-input all of my scene selections, my microphone inputs, everything. It just basically was like, don't understand. You swine contraption. I should, in theory, have enough diesel fuel and or maintenance built up to finish baling this? Question mark? Because I've used a nipples amount of fuel. Okay, I'm gonna have to do an elaborate move here to do that little one. I'd have to say Field 32 has just a few bales on it. Could you imagine me silaging this prick? Holy crap. It's bad enough that I have to wait to seed my other ones, but cotton next time we should be able to either, I think it's harvest. Is it harvest cotton? Yes. October, we can still plant either or. I think we're done with either or. But harvesting, no. Yes, October. Potatoes, sunflowers, soybeans, and cotton. And there is a cotton field that I also want to plant cotton. Hey, I rent the machine. I'm also use it, and we have the clothing industry, so I feel obligated to. I just hope it's not Bloomgart, that it's actually my spinnery that gets all of it. Because that means any excess automatically goes into my production. Actually, it would be freaking awesome. I think there is a few major cotton fields. Let's let's take a look. That's cotton. Field 99 is cotton. Field 41 is cotton. 24 is cotton. 7, 17, and 14. So there's a few fields out there that are cotton. Just a few. Well, there we go. We're at the start of the last sections of rows. And we're skipping 3 again. For the way back. We went 3, 2, 3. I don't know how the 2s ended up, but I mean, all of a sudden on the way back, a huge portion of the field finishes each time. What we got average for each row? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bales a row. Times like 26 rows. What are we at for finish? 55%. Well, it's basically down to hauling now. I bet a few of these rows actually have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all 4 bales, apparently. I was never lucky with that elusive 5. Okay. The bale is in the way. Can I hook? Nah, that's close enough. There is a lot of bales in this field. As we actually start looking at positioning again. We got to go down to there because that's where we ended up. So, one thing with silage bales, if you're new here and you haven't been around, you haven't seen what silage bales do. Silage bales are a massive cash crop. We're hoping for 20% extra. 20% extra for the silage bales. I think we might be averaging anywhere from 500 to 750,000. Anything over $750,000 is a huge bonus. I kind of hope for $1 million off of it. $1 million. But reasonably between 500 and 750,000. And that would pay off our debt. On the high end, it should pay off our debt. If we can pay off the debt, everything else is just gravy. It's just gravy. And if you're wondering how much my debt is, it's freaking insane is what it is. 715,000. It was 900,000. We're $16,000 down right now, but this sold bales income is going to massively change. We could haul technically more on our trailer, but we're not allowed because of weight. It's one setting I actually do have on, and it's based on weight settings. Had one guy's bit of a moron a little while ago. Came on and said, "Oh yeah, we used to as kids throw these big bales around." And I'm going, "There's no freaking way." Okay, if this is green hay, that bale weighs 1.5 tons. There's no way you're picking up and throwing them. I mean, little ones, little 80 centimeter or whatnot. I basically called them the little bales. Those, yes, 100%. You threw those around every day of the week. They're not that bad. They're basically 50, 60 pounds. Not that bad. 1.2 ton, no. Oh yeah, I used to throw those around and pick them up, throw them. Nothing to it. Yeah, no. Well now, what's it be you buzzing, a little friend? Okay, what buzzed? Oh, nothing really important. Wasn't much importance. It's just my Atlas Earth. It's actually kind of a neat app. I don't know if it actually pays out. I'm assuming it does. Just because I'm by it, but Atlas Earth is a kind of a realistic real estate game, but real world payouts. And I've been playing it kind of religiously lately for about a month, and it's surprising how much you can actually build up on it. But what I find actually kind of neat is you've got to collect diamonds, basically 3 diamonds a day, and you can spin this wheel and you get Atlas bucks, which you can buy parcels of land that builds up your rent income, essentially is what it is. I find it a good tool to get off your ass and go for a walk. It actually works pretty good in that regards. So it's actually kind of gets you out, walk around, things like that. So in that perspective, I think it's good. We're almost done with the baling. I mean, we still have probably about 12 rows to go, but in comparison to what we started with, not bad. I am definitely going to have to get this thing A, fuel, B, fixed. Since I'm skipping 3 rows at a time, it's actually doing a fair bit. Because you can see in the distance there, the pink ones. The pink ones, there's about 4 or 5 rows. About average 5 rows. Before them, so we're, like I said, we're not that far. Now I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows past the one I'm working on so far. Got a bit of cleanup on the end of that one to do. That'll probably equate to close to a bale. Just pooped out a bale, man. Can I actually make this corner? I mean, that's the other thing about John Deere's. It's stupid how tight they can turn. Well, I can still see 4 frickin' rows. Can't see a 5th one yet, but I know it's out there. And I got another estimate to work on. And I'll have another estimate to work on. It'd be great if some people answered their phone so we can actually get going on some of these. They're adding up. On the plus side, I did actually, it was terribly windy here today, so I actually did get the mowing done. We got done what we needed to, and then started working on the other stuff. I still miss some of it. Still miss some of it, but I mean, it's better than leaving a giant chunk. Okay, how many rows can I see now? Just 4. Before I could see 5, so we might actually only have 4 rows left. I feel the end is still close, but a pile out there. Actually kind of happy with this Fendt baler. Appears to be a decent baler. pop down in a second here. There it goes. Oops. Well, that didn't work. I knew when it sped up that the pickup came up. And how would I know that? Because I know I hit the wrong button. That was entirely me. All me. So yeah, that's kind of our goals. We're kind of hoping for a massive extra payday. I mean, even if we don't get overly that much, we're still going to get 120,000 for the cash out. There is still quite a few rows here. Still 4 rows I can see. Even though I know that we're getting closer. I mean, when you actually take a look. Like, if you take a look. Oh, we're a long ways away. Holy crap. Never mind. We just keep strolling. We are a long way away. So where that is, the rows end about here. Where my cursor is. All these fields are not actually put in for anything. Oh, we missed a pile. How much did I miss? Oh, not that bad. I'll swing out of the row and come back. Alright, end of row. Start of other row. Okay, it's starting to feel like real life again. Not saying there's anything really wrong with it. Like I said, I've only done baling maybe 3 times. Maybe 3 times. 2 for sure, maybe 3. And oddly enough, I've never done square baling. Even though I'm loving it right now with this, I've never done square baling. Ever. It's always been round bales, and I hate them. So, I'm kind of enjoying this. I mean, whoever wants me to work in, like, hop in this tractor, do this. Yeah, sure, no problem. Oh, we need you to help with digging out some stuff with a trackhoe. Could you run my trackhoe? Yep, no problem. It's a sad truth. I understand and know how to operate stuff. I don't know if it's the farm kid mentality or what. Hey, look, there's still 4 rows. But, yeah. I never shied away from operating equipment. I've actually, over the years, thinking about it, I've operated a lot of big pieces of equipment. Even a D10 Cat once. Honestly, I did not know how to drive that. There was a fire out near us, and happened to know a guy, and he happens to have a D10 Cat. Dropped it off and said, "Oh yeah, he knows how to run it. Get him to run it. He'll push that stuff over with the D10 Cat, no problem." I zigzagged across the field because I couldn't figure out how to drive straight. Like, the concept was there. Practicality was questionable. Still did it though. It's like, okay, I'm in this cab. Took me a half an hour to get up here. This looks like the start button, which means there's a safety switch. If I hit the safety switch and do this should do this. Aha! Okay, cool, we're off to the races. Why is there two joysticks? What do these do? Oh. It wasn't what you call the newest technology of D10 CAT either. A little bit older one. Don't get me wrong, it's still pushed. Pushed the grain cart over, which was on fire. That was a crying shame, that fire. I mean, it burnt up. Besides it burning up the grain cart and the tractor, it also burnt up nearly a quarter section of frickin' wheat, too. That was a bad fire. We got it contained finally, but that was a bad one. And you know, the sad truth is, I actually told the guy that works for me. We drove past that area yesterday, actually. Brought up the story about it and said, yeah, had to drive across this field and go up this hill, and the grain cart was just sitting right there, and had to push it over. And I looked over and went, holy crap, the burnt out carcass of the grain cart is still there. It's against a couple trees growing up now, but still there. I'm going, holy crap. That brings back memories. Really brings it home too. Oh, we're down to 3 rows. That means we're in 3 rows done. Then, like I said, we really got to take this thing in and get the maintenance done. Put some fuel in the poor thing. Begs the question, how much fuel do we actually have out of the business? It's down here. We have 2,200. Fabric-wise is out of production. Crude oil is getting low on barrels. I haven't been paying attention and missed most of my frickin' row. So we got 2,200, I'm assuming liters, not gallons. If we had 2,200 gallons, I would have to say, ooh, we're good for a while. Unfortunately, 2,200 liters of fuel, it won't last long. I love the ability of how fast this thing turns. Yeah, that's it, man. We're doing good. Yeah, so I gotta do a frickin', actually 2 quotes for fence lines. Tomorrow I'll figure it out, and tonight I'll start working on the other one. Doesn't take me long to figure them out because I know how to do them. That reminds me, I gotta stop and pick up a frickin' jug of fuel again. Actually, I might just pick up a couple of smaller ones, maybe better to have two smaller ones. I mean, I like doing fence lines. It's still hard work no matter which way you go, but it tends to be quite a bit easier than building a deck. Tends to be quicker. So, typically speaking, 100 feet of fence should take about 3 days, 3 to 5 days, depending on what we hit and what we're working on. But 3 to 5 days to do a fence line. Which, again, isn't that bad. Except I'm thinking if I'm going to do... The one I'm thinking about doing is actually going to be a horizontal boards, not vertical. A little bit trickier. I might want to actually bring my table saw down. Be a hell of a lot easier. Decent money for what we do. And that one's all based on linear footage. It's not based on hours. You get pretty good at figuring this stuff out over time. But no matter what, it's still... If I'm drilling the hole, I charge per hole. Everyone goes, whoa, why do you do that? Fuel. Cost of fuel, wear and tear on the equipment, the fact that I actually have the equipment to do such things. I have to turn my lights on my tractor. We have just a few bales to wrap. And I do appreciate everyone coming and hanging out longer tonight. Of course, wasn't planned. We had major technical issues earlier. I swear, if you're having a major frame rate drop, you should just have the old-fashioned bars and stripes going across, going you know, like you used to. I haven't had those in a while. Holy crap, we're done. We're done. Well. There, I offloaded 2 bales off the end. I know there's another one in there, but... Okay, let's go get this thing fueled up, maintained, baler dropped off. I can come back, start wrapping. Oh, do all the good stuff. Do all the fun stuff. Does anyone know how to clean a pop filter? Mine's starting to sound. It's starting to sound funky. It's starting to smell funky. Gotta be a way how to clean it. Or some sort of spray-on detergent or something. If anybody does know how to clean it, leave me a comment of how to clean your pop filter. So like I say, like I talk fairly close to it most times, and yeah, it smells kind of funky. That's a pile of sunflowers. I wouldn't mind combining that one. A decent field. I was gonna say stay put, but no, you drove out in front of me. I won't be able to catch you once you take off, but you know. At some point in time, we also have to clear out all these frickin' trees in here. This is the excess woodlot. I wouldn't actually mind planting a pile of poplar for harvest, but oh, we're a little bit full. I think it's a tractor that needs to be maintained more than anything. I think that my poor old tractor's getting pretty beat up. Tractor. Paint condition's crap. $15,000 to repair. $387 for the baler. Yeah, I kind of believe. Oh, I should probably put it in the barn. Now you park it over here. Alright, let's go get some fuel in this baby. I don't know how much fuel I have left in this thing. Well, 12,000 liters. It will definitely fill up a bunch. Alright. We're full on fuel. We're repaired. Cost me 15 grand to do it. Screw it, I harvested these. I'd do this one, but it's fine. He's racing me and he won. Swine. I have to say the old tractor needs a good wash too. Unfortunately, won't happen for a little while. Yeah, zippity doo. Doesn't look like we actually took off much at this point. But we did get all the baling done. Where am I going? No, turn that way. Turn off automatic drop. Why would I want that at this point in time? Kind of neat how it wraps it though. There we go. How many frickin' things of wrap does this frickin' thing have on it? 4, 6, 10. Oh, I bet it does go through a pile, doesn't it? Alright, we've done those two. Oop. This row first. Gotta watch next time how it actually starts it. So it cuts it there. Those things actually hold it. Okay. I've never wrapped like this in real life. Putting it in the tube machine, yes. Ah, so as they start spinning, it's actually connected to this thing again. So they hold it down. Then as soon as it starts spinning, that's when it works. Yeah, I get you. Oops. Might have hit that bale. Huh. Alrighty. Alrighty. With that, I think it's safe to say we actually had a quasi stream tonight. And yeah, appreciate everyone that did come out and fight through the frustrations and everything else. And yeah, if you are new or you've been around for a while, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It's below the video, or the Huskar in the bottom right corner. Through the whole madness, he actually sort of went la 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 la, stuck his hands in his ears and ran away. So if you find him, smack him upside the head and send him home and hit that button. And of course you can also hit the follow button on Twitch and take a look at all the goodies in the description below, and we will see everyone on the next stream tomorrow night, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.